Good afternoon. Today is Friday, October 30th. I'm Rachel Breckenridge here with this TVTV news update. Thiel College recently held its first ever virtual homecoming this year. With heavy amounts of planning, testing, and preparing, the college's top officials are very happy with the success of this year's events. John Ganiear caught up with Director of Alumni Relations David Hummel to hear more about how Homecoming 2020 went for the college.
John Ganiear with TCTV News here with David Hummel, 83 of the Alumni Relations Office. David, good to see you. Thanks for sitting down and talking with me today.
Good to see you, John. It's been a while.
It has been a while. So what did you see went well with Homecoming 2020? We all know that it was online, but from your perspective, how did it go?
The enthusiasm from across 20 states and 4 countries was amazing. So each event, there were 17 events and 5 or 6 pre-recorded events. And when you sum that all up, the enthusiasm from the Thiel community was outstanding.
Going along with the Thiel community, what was the reception with the alumni like especially? We had a lot of alumni from the 60s and the 70s, some people that weren't very acclimated with technology. How was it working around them with Zoom, and what was the reception like?
So Mike Mason and I and 10 of the 17 events practiced beforehand. And one of our thoughts was that Thiel IT was going to have to spend some time in each event helping alums that had never Zoomed before, but that wasn't the case. We had the class of 1960 help Zoom event with a Thiel staff member being the hostess, and there was no IT involvement at all except for when the hackers broke in. And we took care of that situation, and the alums did a great job.
I can imagine. With talking with alumni and a couple of the brothers within my specific fraternity, and as my mother, she graduated in 93, she said that homecoming was, very well done, especially since it had to be on Zoom. And props to you and Roberta Leonard and all of the faculty and staff that helped make that possible.
TCTV thanks David Hummel and all other members of the Thiel College community for making sure we still had a homecoming this year. The 2020 election is posed as one of the most important elections in U.S. history. People around the U.S. are eager to get their votes in and let their voice be heard in the popular vote. The question is, are young people registered to vote in the election, and do they recognize the importance of their vote? We sat down with Political Science Department Chair Dr. Marie Quartermanch and student Natalija Kutlesa to get their input on the importance of this year's election and the need for young voters to get out and vote.
Voted before. I have voted in the primary, and that was so exciting because that was the first time that it was kind of like voting for president, so I was very excited. I feel that one of the most common that I have heard, especially around campus, is that they feel that their voice isn't heard. You go to vote, but no changes are happening. And so therefore, because they feel that their voices aren't being heard, that there isn't a change happening.
I think that people are feeling like this one is really important because we're so divided as a country, unfortunately. So people are going into their camps, and so they really want their team to win. So if their team doesn't win, it's going to be devastating. It's in projections. Harvard has done some studies that young people are saying that they're going to be more likely to participate than they have in the past. So when they ask people if they're likely to participate, more 18-year-olds are saying that they will, compared to what's happened in the past. Political scientists have theories as to why younger people generally don't participate. One of them is they're just not used to it, so they haven't gotten to the habit of voting. So people who are older have voted more frequently, so it just becomes a habit, and younger people don't have that. Also, voting is not costless, right? You have to learn how to register to vote. You have to learn where your polling place is. As you grow older, you're already registered, you've already done all of these things. But when you're younger, you might not have done these things. And
with the election just a few days away, it is important for people of all ages to get out and vote, either in person or by absentee ballot. It is vital for young people to understand the importance of their vote and that each vote matters. Voting is the best way for a person's voice to be heard and to evoke the changes they wish to see in the future. Be sure to get out and vote in the 2020 election. Special thanks to Professor Quartermanch and Natalija Kutlesa for taking the time for this interview. It's that time of year once again. It's time for the annual Halloween edition of the Thiel College's student-run paper, The Tallensian. The Halloween edition is the only print copy you'll find this semester. Tallensian editor Samantha Walker explains more.
We do one print edition every semester, so it falls on Halloween and Easter, mainly because it's just newspapers aren't as sought after anymore. So we've pretty much fully converted onto a website, and we post regularly on our website. And we really just have the one print edition a semester as a form of like nostalgia and kind of like celebration. It's not in demand anymore to have prints every week or every other week. We have a website, and we post there a couple times a week, usually about 3 times a week, I think is our average right now. It's just the Tallensian.blog we have there, and we use that all year round. Usually it comes out on Halloween, but considering Halloween falls on a Saturday this year, we're actually going to get it on campus tomorrow morning and distribute it throughout the morning.
You can find print copies in most buildings across campus. The best place to find a copy will be in the campus library. Be sure to stop by and pick one up. And remember, check out their other stories on their webpage at thetallensian.blog. When we return, perspectives on the virtual classroom and much more.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
It is not news that it has been a challenging semester at Thiel College as far as classes are concerned. While Thiel's count of COVID cases and quarantined students are ascending in the first part of October, those cases have finally settled down, with only one active case present on campus. Reporter Chima Omeihe discussed this topic with media professor Peg Watts. Her insights is that she believes the college should stay online and finish strong rather than going to meet in person and risk people getting sick. Professor Watts also shared that some students prefer meeting in person to be able to have social connections with other individuals, while others would rather meet online. With the semester nearing completion, Devin Button sat down with Phi Theta Phi's Assistant Walkathon Chairman, Jeremy Meyer, to discuss the plans for this yearly event.
Hello, I am Jeremy Meyer, the Assistant Walkathon Chairman of Phi Theta Phi. Due to COVID-19 deeply affecting everything around the world, we have had to postpone our Philanthropy the Phi Theta Phi Walkathon to the spring semester of 2021. With that being said, we decided to take a step up and try to still do something in the fall 2020 semester, and we came up with 2 events. The first event is on November 13th. It is the Thiel Walk. What this consists of is the brothers of Phi Theta Phi will head down to the track down lower campus, and we will collectively walk 100 miles to represent the walk from Greenville, PA to Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. Volunteers may join as well. On November 14th, we will have something called the Thiel Light Up Night. We usually go to Light Up Night in Pittsburgh every single year, so we decided to bring Light Up Night to Thiel. At this night, we will invite people down to the freshman quad, and there will be food trucks, and there will be activities such as pumpkin smashing, pumpkin carving, and other activities that the brothers are currently coming up with right now. The entry fee will be $3 and is invited for everyone.
While current health and safety practices limit social gatherings on campus, students still have an opportunity to dress up and collect unhealthy amounts of candy. Tonight, from 7 to 8 p.m., the college is hosting a trunk or treat event behind the Pass Event Center in the tennis courts parking lot. Prizes will be awarded for the best costumes, and of course, there will be plenty of sweet treats provided. So here's an opportunity to don a different mask to celebrate the season. Thanks for watching TVTV News. I'm Jacob Orczeck, reminding you to visit our YouTube channel, Thiel TCTV to view this newscast and other student productions.